Juneteenth, does the president plan to commemorate the holiday today or make any comment on it?
I'm not tracking his signature on a proclamation today. I know this is a federal holiday. I want to thank all of you for showing up to work. We are certainly here. We're working 24/7 right now.
Child, not Donald Trump out here on Juneteenth, truth socialing about having too many holidays. Child, if y'all don't go sit down, this man wants to bring back Christopher Columbus Day and all the other things. But baby, on June 19th, he just so happens to want to bring it to our attention that we have way too many holidays. We got President's Day, that can go, but maybe that's what he's talking about. Let's just see. Too many non-working holidays in America. It is costing our country billions of dollars to keep all these businesses closed. The workers don't want it either. What workers? Name the worker that don't want a day off. Name them, especially a paid day off at that, Donald Trump. Anyway, the workers don't want it either. Soon we'll end up having a holiday for every once. I think he means every one, not every once. It must be changed if we're going to make America great again. Child, America was great and just fine in his eyes when we weren't celebrating the fact that black people became free from slavery years and years after they were actually free. Child, please, let me just tell you. And then when his press secretary was asked, is he going to do any type of Juneteenth celebration? She said that I don't have any answers about him responding to any proclamations. This is a proclamation. And y'all out here thumping and doing the most. Child, please, no king.
Hello guys, and welcome to the Joy Report. In today's video, we're going to talk about Black Americans' hilarious reactions to DT's Juneteenth gaslighting. When DT chose Juneteenth of all days to complain about too many non-working holidays, Black Americans couldn't help but laugh, then immediately said, "I the audacity." It was classic DT, out of touch, tone deaf, and yes, atheist, on a day meant to commemorate the end of slavery, a day that holds deep historical significance for Black Americans. DT somehow thought it was the perfect time to suggest that the country is becoming lazy with all these quote-unquote days off. Really? If this is the kind of content you enjoy, please consider subscribing, liking and sharing so that YouTube may recommend it to a wider audience. And so now, without further ado guys, let's go straight into this video. But first, let me play you a few videos on this matter and I'll come back with my commentary. As a side note, all credit goes to the creators of these videos.
The Dollar Tree dictator saying that there are too many federal unpaid holidays in the United States of embarrassment is very on brand on Juneteenth. Very on brand. Like, he probably was wondering why people weren't working today, or why people weren't at work, and why people were actually a little bit happy today. And they told him, and he was like, "That's today." Matter of fact, has the White House had their Juneteenth celebration? Did it happen? Is it going to happen? Everybody probably just declined. No, you know what? There are some people of color, Black people, that for whatever reason support this man because they're stupid. That's what it is, because they're stupid. They were bullied in school and they never shook back from that. They never shook back from it, and they have unresolved trauma. I'm sorry, guys, but that's all I have to say. And if you for 1 second think that him saying that on today was not calculated and was not based and rooted in racism, you're out of your mind. Thank you.
Donald Trump chose today of all days to decide that he was going to post on True Social. Too many non-working holidays in America. It is costing our country billions of dollars. Billions with the dollar sign in front of it. To keep all these businesses closed. The workers don't want it either. Bitch who? Soon we'll end up having a holiday for every once working day of the year. It must change if we are going to make America great again. Senor Little Hands chose today, Juneteenth, to announce that there's too many non-working holidays. You know, every day It's like I tell myself, there's no way there's no way he could get worse. And then he gets 10 times worse. He proves me wrong so fucking much. Welcome to the shit show.
So, Orange Man want to use Juneteenth to criticize non-working holidays, saying that it's costing the country billions of dollars to be out of work on Juneteenth. Right? Well, what about, I hope you use the same energy about Columbus Day. I hope you use the same energy about President's Day. Hell, I even hope you use the same energy about the 4th of July, which I call it the 4th of July, because, as far as I'm concerned, my people wasn't even free on July 4th of 1776. So that's why I call it the 4th of July. So, why is it such a problem for you? Why is Juneteenth such a problem for you? Because it's a black holiday? But you want to make America great again, huh? Wow.
Now, for those unfamiliar, Juneteenth isn't just any holiday. It's a symbolic milestone in Black American history. It marks the moment on June 19, 1865, when enslaved people in Galveston, Texas, finally learned that they were free. 2.5 years after the Emancipation Proclamation was signed. That delay wasn't a coincidence. Slave owners knew and just didn't tell the enslaved people, so they could squeeze out as much unpaid labor as possible. Juneteenth is about justice delayed but not denied. It's a celebration of Black freedom, resilience, and survival in the face of deliberate suppression. So when DT decided to use this day to talk about canceling or cutting down on holidays, it wasn't just insensitive, it was a deliberate slap in the face. Black Americans have always had a way of responding to foolishness with humor, and this was no different. Many joked that if DT wants fewer holidays, then why not start with President's Day? What exactly are Americans celebrating there, especially with someone like DT dragging down the legacy? The irony is, Juneteenth only became a federal holiday in 2021, largely as a symbolic note to Black Americans after the uprisings following George Floyd's unaliving. But of course, DT wasn't president when that happened. And let's not forget, he once tried to host a rally on Juneteenth in Tulsa, Oklahoma, the site of one of the most racist massacres in American history. After public outrage, he pushed it back by a day, but that moment showed his complete disconnect from the meaning of Juneteenth. Either he doesn't care, or he knows exactly what he's doing and is just doubling down. This latest outburst about non-working holidays reeks of the same energy. It's a dog whistle. He's not mad about all holidays, he's mad about that one. And Black Americans see right through it, because let's be honest, no one is complaining when Columbus Day comes around, despite the deep controversy surrounding the celebration. No one's calling to remove President's Day, a day that now honors someone like DT. But somehow, Juneteenth, a holiday that celebrates the end of slavery, is a problem? Please.
So did y'all see Trump's latest tweet? He said we should not be celebrating today. He said that we have too many holidays that don't need to be celebrated. See, Trump is a racist, and we all know that. He don't think that any holiday that we celebrate that got something to do with Black history, our people, we should be celebrating. But all them damn where the white people ain't really got shit to celebrate, I don't mean no harm, because they ain't did shit. They didn't bring shit over here, and they didn't build shit over here. Now y'all might sit back and y'all don't say nothing. Trump is a racist, fashionist dictator. He is trying to make America great again, but he's trying to make America white again. Bitch, you can't erase nothing that we got going on. You can't do it. I don't give a fuck how you try to do it. You can't do it. Nothing that you have done in the last 6 months have been the way it should be, have been done. It hasn't. You do what you want to do. You make your own laws. You goddamn break laws. And I still cannot see how y'all got this motherfucker in the White House. Someone who has 34 felony counts. I never thought I'd see the day. I never thought I'd see the day that y'all would put this racist bastard in the motherfucking chair. I'm sorry. It is what it is.
Trump knows that we talk about him on the internet, which is why he keeps pissing us off. That man said there's too many holidays that people are not working, and he ain't for that shit. He said, we have to start working on holidays. So I think that we should go ahead and start on Columbus Day. That's what I think. Go ahead and make everybody, you know what I'm saying, working on Columbus Day, you know what I'm saying, President's Day, you know, George Washington, all them. We need to start with them first, because I thought they weren't supposed to be working on June. They supposed to let all the black people off for Juneteenth. Oh my gosh, here go the people. It's just a holiday. We're not just celebrating black people. We celebrate all people. We do. We celebrate all people. But they was outside for Chris Brown's birthday, May 5th. And they at work today, and that ain't fair. So Trump said, you know what? Everybody going back to work. But Columbus Day still better be one of them days.
People pointed out how enslaved people worked every single day without pay, without rest, and without humanity. So if anyone deserves a day or several off, it's their descendants. Others reminded the world that most American holidays already whitewash history. Independence Day, enslaved people weren't free in 1776. Juneteenth is one of the fewer holidays rooted in truth, and that truth makes people like DT uncomfortable. And that's the thing. DT has always had a hard time with truth, whether it's pretending to care about black people just to get votes, or pretending to be a friend of the working class while cutting social programs. He's made a career out of gaslighting, but this time, the timing gave him away. Of all the 365 days in the year, he chose Juneteenth to talk about laziness and too many holidays. That's not random. That's strategy wrapped in bigotry. And I think the jokes is a deeper message. Black Americans are not surprised. They've always known DT wasn't for them. They warned others. They enjoyed the gaslighting when people insisted he wasn't racist, despite all the receipts. And now, every time he opens his mouth, it's like he's adding bullet points to a long list of why he never deserved the presidency in the first place. There's also a reminder here for those who still try to excuse him, because this isn't just about Juneteenth. It's about what holidays represent, what history is being remembered, and who gets to feel seen in public spaces. DT doesn't want Juneteenth to exist because it forces America to look at its past honestly, and he knows that when black people celebrate their history, it empowers them, and that scares him. At the end of the day, no one is surprised by his antics. While DT tried to gaslight, the people turned on the lights and exposed the nonsense again. So if DT wants to start trimming the holiday calendar, maybe he should start with the President's Day, because after January 6th, it's hard to argue that every president deserves celebration, especially one who tried to burn the democracy down on his way out. Until then, Black Americans will continue to celebrate Juneteenth with pride, music, barbecues, and laughter. And if DT or anyone else has a problem with that, well, who cares?
Oh my god.
So what do you all think? Why do you think DT chose Juneteenth to make his holiday comments? Should President's Day still be celebrated for all presidents? And how should holidays reflect the real history of America? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I would love to keep this discussion going. Otherwise, that's it from me. I also have another video about black folks calling Latinos to stop blaming them for everything. And if you enjoy such kind of content, please click up here and enjoy. Also, consider subscribing, liking and sharing because it helps me grow my channel. But for now, thank you so much for watching. And until the next time, the Joy Report out.